The largest women's esports competition just took place a few days ago, where a bunch of women came together to compete against one another in Fortnite at TwitchCon. And guess who won? A biological man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Now, today we have quite the story, and we're getting back into the gaming conversation, which we dip our toes in every now and again on this channel. We're going to talk about this Fortnite competition, this like milk cup competition that takes place every year. This was 2025, of course, and we do have our winner. So this competition took place at TwitchCon. If you go to their website, they are labeled as a creation made for women with more opportunities to succeed in esports. It says it's a space designed for women to compete at the highest level for serious money. But this is more than just a competition. It's a blueprint for how gaming should be, and a platform for women on a journey towards professional esports. Now, I'm gonna maybe shock you, maybe not, with the fact that a biological man won this competition. I'm going to show you the picture here. It says, congrats Vader and Nina, Milk Cup 2025 champions. Hashtag the Milk Cup. And you can see them holding up this big trophy for their win. And I find this really fascinating for a lot of reasons that we're going to get into right after I show you this clip of our two winners discussing what it's like to be in a female space, except only one winner is going to discuss that.
Huge dream come true. I'm just so happy right now.
And Vader, one last question for you. Coming into something like the Milk Cup Championship, a place for women, made by women, for women, what does it mean to be here now, standing here as the winner of a place like this that is about the presence of women in esports?
I think that it really shows that you could be yourself, like be your true self, be who you are, unapologetic about it, and that there are spaces for everybody and that no one should ever give up.
Guys, give it up one more time for your Milk Cup champions, Xet Nina and Vader!
I'm just a little confused. And a little not confused. No shade on this particular individual, because I do not know his internal goings-ons and why he decided to be a part of this competition. He could very well be a person who is genuinely struggling with gender dysphoria and has found some sort of community within gaming and decided to, sign up for this competition and just ended up winning. But it's really interesting that we live in this time where we have biological males stepping into female spaces and then, essentially taking their trophies and awards, and that is apparently no exception for gaming. We've seen this happen all over the place, and specifically in sports as we're getting into esports here. We saw it with Leah Thomas in swimming, and Leah Thomas just won like the Voice of Inspiration Award or something like that for just being a man who ushered himself into a female space and ended up gaining status in doing so. We've seen it in skateboarding, we've seen it in surfing, we've seen it in volleyball, in darts, and now in this whole video game situation. And I find it really interesting that in that clip, you watch as a biological woman crosses over another biological woman who also won this award to ask a biological man about what it's like to be in a space for women. And that biological man ends up answering by saying there's a space for everyone, while being the antithesis to an all-female space in having won this competition. So I think we have, within our radical empathy as women, and many women on the left, a suicidal empathy. We are literally willing to get in the way of our own progress, of our own status, of our own awards and accomplishments for the sake of pedestalizing, I guess, a political message. And that political message ends up being pedestalizing a man. You are actually, in a sort of roundabout way, reinstilling the patriarchy because you've allowed a singular man. I don't know if there were other biological men in this competition. You've allowed him into the space, and then he won the award. Oh my gosh. And then you allow Leah Thomas to swim and then he wins the award. And we get it. There's biological differences between men and women. We have different spatial awareness. We have different reaction times. We have different strengths and weaknesses. But if you're going to make a space for all women to sort of indicate that and talk about the importance of it, then you should probably stand 10 toes down on the message that it is for women. And while you may be confused about trans women and whether or not they should be accepted, I think this is an indication of exactly how that goes. Your female space ends up honoring men. that's just what happens. I mean, I don't know how else to put it here. And in particular, like the gaming industry has made statement after statement about female involvement. Dove did that whole campaign about representing women and showing how beautiful they are in all forms of gaming. We see all these campaigns for women being bullied online when they're playing games and not being accepted in what they call a male-dominated space. But then when women get the floor and they're allowed a chance to make their own competition in this whole milk cup thing, and it's quite a sizable one, it seems, you allow biological men into the space. And again, this is not an attack on this singular person who ended up winning an award. It's an attack on the philosophy. It's an attack on the political idea. Because guess what? If your female space allows biological men, it's not a female space. And this is exemplified in this award right here. We need to recognize the differences between men and women, and we need to stop letting our radical empathy become suicidal empathy. And at this point, they're all interchangeable. You are getting in your own way. You are servicing others and claiming it to be a service to yourself. And while there may not be a lot of women who care about this, and presumably there were a ton of women in this crowd who didn't care whatsoever that a biological man won this award, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And you are on that slippery slope right now. And this may be just like a trivial esports competition, but it seems like there's a sizable amount of money to be won here. It seems like there's a sizable amount of status to be won here. And it seems like if we let this bleed into this particular sect of life, it's going to bleed into other avenues. It's the message that I share on this channel. It's the message of others like J.K. Rowling. And we probably need to start listening, because this is not the end of this until we say a woman's space is actually a woman's space. Now, guys, those are my thoughts on this whole 2025 Milk Cup competition and a trans woman / biological male winning the award. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, I encourage healthy debate on this channel, so if you disagree with anything I said, do get out, but do so respectfully. And if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.